Back with you. I'm putting this video together as kind of a combined promotion for both my Guns and Silver and Knives channel and my WC Quick Author channel I have. Mainly because this area in Quartzsite has been a major place where I've been selling my books. Over the last decade, I've set up a couple of venues in town, author fairs, and different places to sell my books, my stories, and also to buy a bunch of stuff I like, knives and all kinds of things. I've shown off a few books I bought from fellow authors here also, but today I'm gonna just do a first part of this little video to promote my WC Quick Author books on Amazon, Amazon.com, Amazon Books, both in print, ebook, and Kindle Unlimited versions. I've got the Worlds of the Orb anthology, which is a collection of short stories I've written, fantasy and urban fantasy, science fiction, and Worlds of the Orb 2, which is a little darker fantasy, urban fantasy, science fiction. Get a chance, get on over to Amazon Books and check out my stories. WC Quick, Worlds of the Orb, Worlds of the Orb 2. And another thing I'm going to push is this season, this time of the year, there are a lot of vendors selling things I really like. In particular, this is for my Guns and Silver and Knives. I actually sold some silver coins to pick up one of these coins. Actually, two of the coins I picked up after selling some silver to another vendor there in the Tyson Wells marketplace. There's the Tyson Wells marketplace over off of Coon Street, and there's the High Alley swap meet vendor spaces over off of Main Street and the post office. They call that one High Alley. But getting on over to Quartzsite to find great deals on things this time of year is pretty cool. There's the Reader's Oasis bookstore, which is kind of on its way out, but they helped me a lot early on. They held author fairs there, and that's where I sold my books. These two, I had different versions of them over the last decade, but compilations. They've grown in size over the last decade. But that's where I sold my books, and they're still around. If you come out to Quartzsite, you want to stop by Reader's Oasis bookstore. It's used books, and there may be a vendor or an author there, maybe not. We'll see. This time of year, they have held author fairs. But at the other venues, the knife guys are all out in force. And my favorite knife store, I have a couple videos of my favorite knife store, guns and ammo, gear, and knives he has. But he's had these this particular case, Copperhead, which is a cool knife. What was designation on this baby? 6249. The 6249 pattern, which is quite cool. Get on over to. He's got a couple of case knives left that pretty reasonably priced. The copper lock, he had two copper locks, and I bought this one, which is the full-size copper lock. Sweet sound, huh? Copper lock has both a great opening and closing, opening, closing, walk and talk. But this is a sweet knife. A 61549L. It's 88. Some people call it stainless steel, or eight something. It looks like 88, but it could be stainless steel. But it's a sweet knife. all the way around. And I bought this, I got both these knives from my Guns and Ammo and Knife Guy over at Tyson Wells Marketplace. He and his wife set up real nice. They're good vendors, solid. And then I got this case, 6175, an 80, I don't know which one, 86? I'm not sure. No, this is the 86. The Copperhead's an 86. The Copper Lock is a 98, 1998. And this one is, I don't know what year, probably, I'm not sure what year this is. I got another video where I identified it, and I just forgot. But this is a cool knife. I traded a buck number 192 fixed blade Vanguard, Buck Vanguard, for this knife. And it's a sweet deal. I like it. No complaints. I like the Buck Vanguard too. He has it. He still has it. If he wants if you take $100, I'll buy that one back. Yes, I am a knifeaholic. And the other find I got after selling the coins, beyond buying this Copper Lock, I walked over to High Alley to another vendor who I have his spot in part of this video. Later on, there are 3 clips come up on this video, show where I bought this knife on High Alley vendor. It was really rusty. It's still somewhat stained and corroded. Well, it has dark spots, but I worked at getting the rust off, cleaned up the channels in there. It has a bend to it. It's never gonna, well, I'm not gonna try to straighten out the blade. It's got a wang to it from use over somebody. It also has good sound, doesn't it? And it's got great skinning blade, which I cleaned up and oiled up. This is a great find. This one is a Frontier made by Imperial, and it's a 4624 pattern. They had several different blades configurations came with these. There were 4.2 and then either 2.5 or 2.6 or 2.7, whatever the blade patterns were changed with the designation after the number 42, and they're pretty cool. I'm liking this a lot. Great knives to come up with. Great stuff to do in Quartzsite this time of year. And I'll remind you, I come up with book sales in this town also, sell my W.C. Quick author stories, but I also hunt and trade for knives, guns and silver and knives. Be well, thank you. And I'll stay tuned to the video. There's more coming up. Okay, we have the last weekend of the first show of the season going on, and we're at the High Alley swap meet venue, which I've shown before, but I want to, there's a couple of items in here you guys all should take a look at. This is his vintage stuff he has. One of the vendors that has become my favorite go-to used knife guy to buy from. He's got a lot of cool stuff to offer here at his site. Everything from vintage tools to firearms to really cool vintage knives. He's got a couple that are, I think he sold one that was a vintage folding lockback from the early 1900s. Then he's got this grab box of all kinds of knives, all pretty rusty and in need of TLC, but they're all cool enough. He's got it going on. Yeah, get on out here to the High Alley swap meet off of Main Street by the post office in town. See how it's going. God bless and take care. Okay, knife nuts, there's more knife stuff here.
The white
This gentleman does his own restoration and scale work, modernizing, customizing, making the coolest. He's got buck knives he's fixed and restored and made really cool scales for. This is a real stuff. If you get out to Quartzsite this weekend, check this fella out. Velvet crocodile rocks and custom knives. Absolutely cool stuff. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Back at my favorite knife guys, knife and ammo. These are totally cool knife displays and everything going on. Hi man, if you get a chance, get on out to Quartzsite and check out what knives they've got going on. They've got some vintage and totally collectible trappers, custom made works, fixed blade, and everything in between. And of course, you got case. Remember, a case knife still to go. Get on out here. Check out the deals in Quartzsite. All right, it's January 23rd, the last weekend of the big tent event out in Quartzsite, Arizona, the Progressive Show, RV and a lot of recreational vehicles, and camping supply tent, mining, prospecting. They've got a lot of metal detector outfits selling their wares, along with RVs and everything else, hence the RV show. But a lot of vendors out, a lot of food vendors and stuff outside. Different appliances. This is where everybody parks that works the shows. And this is the side entrance. I've shown this before in a couple of videos. If you get on my WC Quick Author channel, you can see a couple of different years that this has been going on. I've recorded different events. They got all kinds of stuff here. And this is the side entrance. It's a big tent. It's quite a few 100 meters long for the tent. I'm gonna stay out of there. It's really crowded. But yeah, get on out to Quartzsite and check this out.